Ready? This is the most explosive live stream of all time. Prepare yourselves. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! He's got the glasses on. He's got the glasses on. You know what that means, dude. You know what the glasses mean. He's pissed. Woo! Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the intro. Okay? He's got the glasses on, folks, because he's pissed. The lantern's fixed. Okay? Alright, this is the most explosive Sunday night live stream ever, dude. Woo! Okay? Man, my chair is squeaky. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Maybe about time for a new one, huh? Alright. We're gonna look, dude, I got some things to get off my chest, alright? I got the sunglasses on. You know what that means. Alright? Now, I put out this video, okay? I went to Vegas and I cursed the site of the A's new ballpark. Supposed ballpark, right? Because that's what I do, dude. Because that's what I do. And these bootlickers and these dum-dums just keep leaving comments. Look, you can see me. You can see the live stream in my glasses, dude. It's Inception. Okay? And here's the thing, dude. I'll let you in on the joke. I'm not actually pissed, right? I'm doing a bit, but it's fun. But I am irritated, right? Dum-dums irritate me. You know, talk to my lawyers if you got a problem with that. Okay? And it doesn't... the thing is, the bit's not as funny, dude. The bit's not as funny if I have to explain it. But these people are so remedial, dude, that I have to walk them through it. So if I gotta walk them through it, take my hand. Don't curse John Fisher. What has he done to it? Dude, every billionaire is getting a curse from me. Every single one. And that's that. Okay? Now I'm pissed. He's wearing sunglasses, folks, and he's got the lantern fixed. And he's got a scrappy bobblehead that he's going to open later, and that's it. Talk to my lawyers. Now, you guys know I don't drop out of the race, so if you're expecting me to do that, you got the wrong Sunday night live stream, dude. Go to another Sunday night live stream. World-renowned, critically acclaimed. He's also got a Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry and Cream. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I'm saving this for later to crack open. Because, you know why? Because he probably got heat stroke at the Oakland Ballers game today because it was very hot. And he was dying and didn't drink enough liquids. But guess what he did? He put on sunscreen. He's growing up. He's maturing right in front of our eyes, isn't he? Rye Guy has made his triumphant return. That's what I like to hear. And thank you, Dios. I tried, dude. I consulted with some of the greatest cinema minds and special effects artists in the world to do that intro. Okay? All right. Should I just get into it? This is the most explosive Sunday night live stream to ever happen, dude. Sun looks like it still got you, though. Yeah, it might have a little bit. Might have a little bit. It definitely got my leg because I did not put sunscreen on my leg. And part of my leg, I think, is going to be burnt. So that's neat. Geez, it's been hotter than a motherfucker up north. 100 degrees for 3 straight days. Goodness. Yeah, it was hot in Oakland today. Should I get right into it? I don't know, dude. I don't know. What's up with you guys first? Look, dude, and he's got a regular Pepsi, too. Guess what? He went and got pizza on the way home after the Ballers game. He got pizza. Talk to my lawyers. All right. Dylan followed me home and took my bobblehead. That's not really what happened. Right? So I know you like to get on here and lie. And that's why you'll be hearing from my lawyers very shortly. Very soon, dude, you'll hear from my lawyers. Okay? So be prepared, dude, and do not try to duck the paperwork. All right? Do not. You are going to be served. Blue iguana has saved my life, especially when I'm working outside. What is blue iguana? I don't know what that is. The Oakland Ballers game was a lot of fun today. Walk-off win in the bottom of the 9th. We thought we were going to go to a knockout round, but nice little rally, dude. The rally geese flew overhead. I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, dude. And it was hot, though. Great crowd. I mean, come on, dude. Who thought? I did not think that at this point, like second season, partially, I mean, towards the end of the year, but whatever. Like, I did not expect that place to still be packed with fans. So it's going better than I anticipated, the whole Ballers thing. I thought it was going to take years to really establish, but it's been great. So hats off to everyone that's been working with the Ballers and all that. Just a tremendous job. Pepsi is proud to sponsor Vertlife with our variety package, delivering refreshing experiences, dynamic brand activations, and unforgettable moments for fans. Dude, I love that. I love that. I took my rabbit to the park. She loves the purple flowers. That's awesome. That is awesome. Sunscreens, mineral-based instead of chemical-based. Okay. You know that everything is chemical-based, right? Like all of it. Like I'm chemicals. Like we're all chemical. Anyways. I got to hand deliver a batch of hot dogs to the bullpen for them to toss to the fans. I mean, what a dream come true, right? All my life, I was hoping I could ride on the back of an e-bike, piloted by the one and only Casey Pratt. I've been dreaming about that day my whole life, and I got to do it today. So that's cool. Gamer Athletics was there, or he's starting a new Instagram. Go follow it. The Pink Marauder. He is now the Pink Marauder. He wears all pink. He's going to get a pink cape and shoulder pads with spikes on it. And he's now the Pink Marauder. So go ahead and follow his Instagram. He's going to every game. You won't know who he's a fan of. He's just going to be at the games, walking around trying to get attention. That's what he does, and that's his new thing, okay? Australia has the best sunscreen. Well, you guys have to have the best sunscreen, or you'll explode. So I hear. That's what Crocodile Dundee told me. Yeah, it was great. Ballers game was great, and they're still hot, man. They're still doing their thing. And what was the final score? Like 15-14? I mean, it was a pitcher's duel. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I wish I could go to more games, man, but one of my main days off is Monday, and they don't play Mondays. And then they just have the occasional Sunday game that I can make, but otherwise, unless I have the day off, I can't go to too many games, and that's a bummer. It's a real bummer. Valkyries are in the playoffs, and still in the playoff spot. And then what are they? The 8 seed, I think, right now. That's cool. Like I said last week, I haven't really been watching sports. I don't know what's going on. I started watching the Dallas Cowboys documentary. It's just Jerry Jones propaganda, but it's interesting. It's fun. I like it. I enjoy it. I hate Charles Haley. Why don't they play Monday? I don't know. They just don't. They don't play on Mondays. I don't know if it's a Pioneer League thing, a Ballers thing, but if you look at the schedule, they don't play any Mondays. What's up, Jake? But I still got the sunglasses on because your boy's pissed. Remember some relatives came from the UK. They used their sunscreen and got toasted. SPF 4? What was the point of that? College football has made its return. I haven't been watching. Haven't been watching, folks. Now, this is a cool look. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. This is a cool look. He's off his rocker, folks. Okay, let's get into it. There might be other things to talk about. I'll talk about it at the end. Okay. Now, first of all, I cursed the Vegas ballpark site. Okay, that's first and foremost. Yes, I did. It's cursed now. It's cursed now. And if the ballpark doesn't get built, I win. Okay, do you understand? I win, and I get the credit. And I'm gonna need a trophy or something, a ring, a belt. I'm going to need something. So keep that in mind. Minor leagues don't play Mondays either because there's a travel day. Yeah, it's probably, that sounds like it's probably it. SPF 4 works wonders in the UK. Yeah, I guess with all the clouds, the cloud coverage, the UV from the clouds. Is that how it works? Dude, we should just talk clouds. Let's just talk clouds for the next 2 hours, dude. Cumulus nimbus or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm a cloud guy. I'm a cloud guy now. There's nothing you can do about it. Talk to my lawyers. I'm a cloud guy. So anyways, I cursed the ballpark site, right? And let me just tell you, I forgot. I haven't even told you guys like how that went or like what, you know, what it was, what the whole situation was. So I didn't even really plan to do that until right before I went on the trip. And I had, you know, a jar of dirt. I have a bunch of dirt still from the ballpark. And I had that jar from Gamer Athletics. And I was like, you know what? Let me just bring this. That would be funny if I did something with this. I found some of the stickers to bring. So let me bring some stickers. Now, I was only there, I told you guys, for like 36 hours or something. It was a quick trip, right? So I drove over there. And man, it's hard. It might be hard to tell on camera. Those walls are so high. They're like 15-foot walls. So I was like, oh man. Oh man. And then if you saw, they have like the gates to go in and you have to like badge to get in. Like it's crazy, right? It's a whole crazy setup. Like it's a high-tech construction spot. So I kind of just was walking around like, I don't know if I can do this. And it was like 110 degrees. It was stupid hot. Stupid hot. Now, first I parked at the MGM Grand parking lot, which is right across the street. And that's where I filmed like the intro where you could see the site behind me. And then I walked through the MGM Grand and came out a side door with near the crosswalk where I could cross. And I was just like, man, what can I do? So I'm like walking around and there's a parking garage right next door. And that's the parking garage I also filmed in. And when I was going there, this guy was walking. I guess a lot of the construction people park in that parking garage. So he was walking towards the site, working there. And he was like, oh, you a YouTuber, blah, blah. I was like, oh, yeah, kind of, you know, coming to check it out. And me and him chatted for a few minutes. And he basically agreed with most of the things I said. Like, he was like, yeah, we don't like John Fisher. Like, you know, a lot of us, like, don't really want the A's. We just, you know, we're excited for baseball, but like it shouldn't be the A's. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, you know, he gets it. And there was a lot of other people working there that I kind of said hi to or whatever as they walked by. A lot of people wearing like A's gear as well. Not gear, just like hats. So we wearing like an A's hat. And what are they going to do? Go pick up the dirt? Go to a few Hillsboro Hops games. That'd be cool. Secret Bases video of the fall of the Legion of Boom Seahawks. That sounds interesting. Come from the A's are getting a lukewarm reception from the locals. Well, because the thing is, yeah, with the Raiders got red carpet treatment, but they're still, Vegas is, there's a huge transplant population, right? So those people all have their own teams already. But the Raiders are definitely a big team across the country. So they have fans everywhere, especially like the whole Southwest. So like, you know, Northern California, Southern California, Vegas. So they were in a better position. The A's just had no connection to Vegas like that. Whereas at least the Raiders for years had sort of positioned themselves as it was Raider Nation. Like, and since they had already moved multiple times, they kind of had this thing of like, it doesn't matter where we are, which was good marketing. But the A's, like I said a million times, the A's just don't fit Vegas. They don't. Their whole identity, everything, their uniforms are like old school. Like there's just nothing about them that fits Vegas. You know, it's like if the Vegas Golden Knights were like, I don't know, some other random name, some old, super old hockey name, and just had these like traditional uniforms. You know, it doesn't make sense, in my opinion. Right? Maybe other people think it does. I don't think it does. Like Vegas, you have this idea of glamour and glitzy, all that, and it's just, that's not the A's. That's never been the A's. It's not the identity. So it's just a weird team to put there. And that's, you know, that's my thing about that. But anyways, there was no way I could really get far in there, but in the driveway I could sort of walk in, and that's where you see me, you know, walk in. So I walked in. I was on the property. I wasn't like off the property. I was on the property. So at least I was on the property to dump some dirt. And why SF or Oakland have an NHL team? Why don't they? Because of the Sharks, San Jose Sharks. But yeah, and then there was some things I just forgot to say, or things I said wrong, or whatever. And I forgot to do a heel clicker. I forgot to do the robot. It's one of the only videos on my entire channel that doesn't have one of them. I've been doing the robot in every video since the first video. But like I said, it was 110 degrees. Like I was dying. I was dead. Talk to my lawyers. Okay? And that wasn't the only video. Oh no, I dropped my thing. That wasn't the only video I was doing that day. Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh man. Emergency. Dang it. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Talk to my lawyers, okay? So that wasn't the only video I was trying to do that day, because it was really my only day to film. And so I went and I filmed more after that. So basically, I ran to the MGM Grand because I thought I was going to die of heat stroke, and got something to drink, filmed some stuff, got a smoothie. Oh, it was good. And yeah. Now obviously I knew there would be some dumb comments, but I still don't get it, dude. All right? Now normally I don't even I wouldn't say anything, but I was bored, dude, and I feel like it, okay? I just feel like it. Okay? So this is the construction site, obviously. Now, what's fun about this is I'm pretty sure, so like I said in the video, there's two towers in the back. on the left side. Those are towers of the Sky View, which was supposed to be a big Ferris wheel thing that they started building and then didn't finish. So yes, I had fun doing this. And here's the thing for the dum-dums. Let's talk to the dum-dums, right? Hey, dum-dum. Hey, dum-dum, come here real quick. I got some things to say. I'm cursing the site. Do you understand that? Do you understand that it's like satirical? Or did you think I was really like... Am I a warlock? Are we allowed to have a little fun? Hey, can I have a little fun? You dum-dums? It's a satirical curse. I'm goofing. And I'm hoping that the whole thing fails so that John Fisher looks even dumber than he already does. Okay? I'm hoping and praying for that. Okay? So I put a curse and I made a what's it called? A symbolic gesture to curse the site. Okay? Is that established yet? Do you get it yet? That it's a goof? That I don't really think I'm a witch? You know? I'm not Merlin. I know that that's the Excalibur right behind me, the castle, but I'm not Merlin. Okay? Now, I am more powerful than you could ever imagine, but I'm not Merlin. Okay? Now, let's just go through some of these dumb comments, okay? I have them up. Look. On the Aces in Las Vegas success story. Don't tell anyone they actually started in Salt Lake City and failed. Then they moved to San Antonio and failed. They, first of all, yes, the Aces were not an expansion team. Okay? That's one of the things maybe I should have been more clear about, but it was 110 degrees and I thought I was going to die. They weren't an expansion team. I get it. But they had zero success. They had already moved before. They had moved from Utah to San Antonio. They had almost no success. And they were brought to Vegas and totally rebranded and fit the city. It made a lot more sense than tearing out a team with over 5 decades of history and countless accolades. That was my point. Give Vegas its own fresh team. Okay? And it's just like the people watch videos just to like find something like that and correct it. And I guess, I mean, sometimes it's my fault. I get it. But I film these videos on the fly. So sometimes I misspeak or I just like say something off or whatever. The only time I said something like completely wrong, I said the stupid... there's 2 things I can think of in the history of my channel where I said something completely wrong. I said game 1 of the World Series for the Earthquake. It wasn't game 1. I knew that. I was just thinking first game at Candlestick in the series. That's what I was thinking. It was also a hot day and I'm crawling around Candlestick Point trying to film a video on the fly and trying to remember everything I have to say. Okay? That, and then another time I talked about tailings from gold mining. Tailings is basically the I can't think of the word now, of course. The garbage that's left over from the mining process, and I called it sludge. It's not typically sludge. A lot of time it's just rock, and it's not necessarily sludge. I called it sludge because this particular spot where I was talking about the tailings being sludge, there was a dam, and the dam had it didn't collapse, but there was an accident at the dam, and it flooded the little valley, and all the tailings turned to sludge. So I should have been more specific. So I apologize to everyone out there, okay? But people will watch things just to like find something wrong or to correct it. Everyone's a critic, right? And the thing is, I don't care about that. Like, correct me. Like, oops, I said something wrong, whatever. Please let me know. But the people who are so condescending about it and so rude about it, and it's like, dude, you would never talk to me like that in person. Never. And that's why I'm wearing the glasses. That was a great video. Thank you, man. T from the 203. Man, I'm sorry, but ain't no one care about relocating WNBA team. Yeah, that's it too. The team had no history. The league was small, like it's smaller. Again, I don't like when any teams relocate, but it made more sense. Was my overall point. I thought people would have nuance and understand that, but apparently not. You know, from Connecticut. All right. So from Disco Bay, love the last video. Ignore the trolls. No, don't, dude. I can't. The trolls are fun, man. I love this, dude. I do this. I want to fight instead. I want to fight. Fists, weapons, whatever. I don't care, dude. I just want to fight, but we can't do that, right? And I don't mean fight because I'm angry. I just mean like, dude, I love this. But anyways, all right. When they moved to Las Vegas, they flourished. We don't want our fellow comrades to learn this. He's being sarcastic, right? But do keep saying the taxpayers will be paying. We know there is evidence in SB1 that defines it as tax district. Taxpayers are unaffected, but I think we should keep playing up the it's evil rich people that make our lives horrible. Keep up the good work, comrade. So because I think that people shouldn't hoard wealth and people should have a reasonable living, you know, when they work full-time jobs, because of that, I'm now a communist. That's what this dumb thinks, right? Yes, I don't think billionaires should exist. I think there is no possible way to become a billionaire without being unethical. There is no such thing as an ethical billionaire. I think that is true. Not because becoming a billionaire is unethical, but there is no pathway to do it without being unethical, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't to these dum-dums because obviously nuance is a difficult thing. Needs to be an octagon for host versus trolls. I would love that. That's the content we need. 49ers also leave San Francisco, not only Raiders. I mean, they went to Santa Clara, and I'm not happy about it. I've never been happy about it. They left because San Francisco said, we're not just giving you a blank check, and Santa Clara said, we will. And that's not cool. I'm a 49er fan. I'm a season ticket holder. That's not cool. I'm no longer going to be a season ticket holder after this year. But that's whatever. Have you checked out the Jerry Jones doc? I just started it yesterday. I'm only on the second episode. So yeah, I'm apparently a communist because I think people, you know, should have, you know, a decent life without being exploited by billionaires. Good argument. Then we got this whole dude's channel is an effort for him to be associated with Oakland because he thinks the hoods of Oakland are cool. First of all, they are, right? They are cool. Oakland is cool. Oakland has been trend-setting for a very long time. But I'm from the Bay Area, man. I've been going to Oakland my whole life. I got friends from Oakland. I'm not from Oakland. I love Oakland. Yes. And guess what, dude? I'm tapped in, dude. I'm tapped in. I'm not just some dude that showed up and was like, "Oh, can I be down?" I've done this. I've been doing this. And this, to me, this is just hilarious because the like closet racism of these people, like, maybe not this comment so much, but some of the comments, like, you guys are obviously scared of black people. You know? Like, just say that. Just say that. And yes, Oakland's cool, dude. Oakland's cool. But I am too. Oh. get a sip of Pepsi for that one. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. If any of the fine folks at Pepsi are out there in the chat. Look, man. There's never in my life, there's not one instance you can find of me being a tryhard. I'm me, and I go where I want, and I'm good wherever I go. I know how to navigate. I've been around. This is not new to me. And it's also stupid because my last 3 videos have nothing to do with Oakland. You know what I mean? But obviously, being from the Bay Area, the whole Oakland thing is a big story. So obviously, I'm going to cover it. You know? Like, these people are ridiculous. Season ticket holders are ones with Seahawks being told they can't just sell their season tickets to away fans. Oakland has a high fee gangster style of fun. Yeah. Dylan is an honorary Oaklander. See what I'm saying? I have 49ers Pepsi or Coke. Wait, I think it's Pepsi. Wait, am I wrong? I think it's Pepsi. Obviously don't defend what he said, but there can be people who exploit the culture of a place like Oakland and appropriate it. Of course. But that's not me. I'll drop you off after 11 on the street. You'll be scared too. Dude. Obviously, you got to know how to navigate and where to go. But people don't know me or who I am. And they see this goofy YouTuber and think I've always been a goofy YouTuber. No, I've been around. Okay. I grew up going to sideshows. I grew up doing all that. I got friends from Oakland. Factors from Oakland. Now, I'm a goofy YouTuber now. But I'm good. Niners or Pepsi, yeah. Barry consists of 9 counties. Yup. Never said that with other creators. Next video, hang out on 11. Just land still family live down there. Yeah, look. It's just ridiculous because obviously this dude doesn't know me. I'm a goofy YouTuber. I get it. I've been in and out of Oakland. I got friends in Oakland. Friends from Oakland. I grew up with friends from Oakland. Okay. My first grill, yes, I had a grill. I only had bottoms though. I never had tops. My first grill I got from Gold Tooth Masters across from Durant Square. We used to go to Durant Square and shop. We used to go to, what's the taco truck? What's the taco truck on International, East 14th? We used to go there at like 1, 2 a.m. and kick it. Like, I know Oakland. I'm an outsider. I'm not from Oakland, but I know Oakland. I've been through Oakland. These people just have this weird idea of places, I guess. And then people like me, like obviously I'm a white dude. So they're like, oh, you want to be. No. I'm just me. And that's it. 48 now. I ain't about that thug life anymore. Me, dude, I'm old too. Like, I'm not calling you old, but you know what I mean. I'm a goof. I'm a goofy YouTuber now. And that's it. About Oakland Coliseum future. Well, the Roots are playing there for now, so we got to enjoy it for now. You know what I mean? Just know I'm not accusing you of anything. Nah, I get it. Nick Johnson's YouTuber that has judged Oakland in the past for very idiotic reasons, makes stereotypes that seem very well rude. Most of it's based in racism. These people are scared of cities with a large black population, and that's what it is. That's why your boy, commander-in-chief wants to send the military to clean up cities, but he's only naming cities that have a large black population, or they're liberal cities, right? Saying nothing about the cities in red states that have, quadruple the murder rates of some of these other cities. Anyways, Bro wearing braids saying the A's don't fit the city. Okay. Another person just hating. This guy talked a lot of craziness. I'm not even going to get into it, but Darrell, shut up, dude. You know? Shut up. We went back and forth a little bit. But this is like just an example of people will watch a video and try to find something to hate on. You know what I mean? And this dude is from Houston, I found out. He's not even from Vegas. So what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? This guy's a dum-dum. Another dum-dum. Do you think much is racism? Yeah, it is. No, it's 100%. A lot of that's from racism. Now, the whole, like, braids thing, I'm not going to get into, really. But, yes, I braid my hair sometimes. Guess what? I grew up multicultural. I have friends from all different backgrounds. My best friend was black. He taught me how to tie my do-rag when we were kids, okay? And that's not like I have a black friend, so it's okay. No, I am 100% an ally. I am 100% an ally against the fight against white supremacy. I understand my white privilege. I'm not just some dude appropriating. Once again, I've been around. This is not new to me. It's just so dumb because people just watch a video and try to, like, what can I hate on? You can tell by certain comments. It's like, what can I hate on? So it's like, oh, braids, a white guy and he's got braids. And then the funny thing is what I told him is the braid style I had, I was wearing a hat so you couldn't see it. The braid style I had was an indigenous style anyways. It wasn't even a black style, traditionally black style. And they're similar, but they're different, right? And sometimes I do have like cornrows and whatever, but I get it done by a black woman, a proud black woman, right? And she's the best. She's awesome. Like, it's just such a stupid argument to, like, I don't agree. I don't agree with just, oh, you're this, you can't do that, unless you're appropriating, being disrespectful, or profiting off another culture or another people, and you're not doing anything for them. I 100% agree with that. But I'm not. I just like it. The first time I braided my hair was in middle school with my black friend, right? Like, and back then, obviously, I didn't know as much. I didn't know really what white privilege was. I didn't know nearly as much about the foundations of this country being built on white supremacy. But I was always an ally. And like I said in an upcoming video about Tupac was kind of like this North Star about learning about the ills of society. So yeah, I understand, like, you, if I have braids and you don't like it, cool. I might not like your shoes, but you don't know me enough to know my background or why I do it or what the way I think or anything like that. It's just finding something to hate on, and, like, you know, it's just stupid. Vikings are white, you can have braids. Dude, you know what's funny is when I first got my braids like 2 years ago, I wanted Viking braids. That was kind of the first thing I was going to do. But the first girl who braided my hair, a friend of mine I grew up with, who's black, by the way, she just did cornrows. And I was like, maybe I'll try these. Like, so yeah, it's just funny. Like, people just hate. And then, you know, he just went overboard, and it's like, bro, like, we would be cool. Like, if we knew each other in person, we'd probably be cool. But instead, you just have this little bit of, like, hater in you where you're like, let me watch this video and find something to hate on. And that's just weird to me. You know, Bronson Arroyo. Dude, we have to do something to clean up the streets. Not a race issue. I'm not trolling. I still love you, brother. I mean, I disagree with sending the military in. Just say white privilege. What privilege do you have? I'm out. God loves all people. Create all those incidents. Virtue signaling is weak. Bro, we disagree on that. White privilege is 100% a real thing, and I understand it, and I've seen it in action, and yeah, we can disagree on that. I appreciate you, but yeah, we disagree on that. Ray's comment is so typical in the internet being the internet. Yeah. Do you see that Kobe 3 is getting the low top treatment? I think I did see those. I never really liked the Kobe's though. So I was at the Nick Johnson YouTuber in Oakland, Visiting filming people in the streets without any consent, judge them, then post it online. See, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. My hair's crazy. Look, I will always listen and be an ally for people. I'm inclusive. I don't care your choices, your skin color, religion, background, where you're from. I'm for the people, and that's it. For the people. Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say. I don't know. Jedi's have braids. Yeah. The Oakland videos has 17 million views. Dude, all that stuff is just propaganda, just like political propaganda to hate on liberal cities, as they call it, you know? And it's like, what about in red states? They have super high murder rates, super high violent crime rates. Like, it's a systemic problem. It's not like local politicians are not going to solve all the crime, you know? As long as we can disagree and be cool, which the rest of the country could do that. Yeah, I'm an inclusive person, man. We can disagree. Like, I don't hate anyone as long, like, unless they're doing like bad stuff, obviously. But like, if we just have a different opinion, you know, it's whatever. It's not a big deal. This is a no hate zone. Yeah, that's right. Whatever happened with Shang Tao, anyways, I'm not sure. I didn't keep up on that, but apparently, I mean, her and her family, they were doing some wild stuff. Oakland has problems. I mean, Oakland has problems, but every city has problems, you know. But there's only certain cities that are used as political tools. Is my point. Bad leaders. Yeah. 2025 is the worst year ever, dude. Jake, I hope it gets better for you. I hope it gets better for you, man. All right, what else? Y'all just mad that they didn't want to stay in that dirty ass city. Now y'all coping. See what I'm saying? Now here's the thing, dude. Oakland right now is vilified for sure. And there's some really bad parts of Oakland. But I was just in Vegas. I've spent over 2 months of this year in Las Vegas. There are some places a mile or two off the strip, not even that far probably, that look like The Walking Dead. Huge homeless problem, crime, all that stuff. It looks crazy. It looks like a movie set. It looks like Escape from New York. So like, this is every city. That's the unfortunate part of a city. And if we can't agree on certain things, we're never going to solve it. And the problem is we keep going back and forth, and people get totally distracted with these other things, like these culture wars that we don't need to be distracted by. Like, there is some parts of Vegas that are horrendous. And it's just like, to leave a comment like this, I don't take it personal, right? Skywalker, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Your live stream thumbnail cracks me up. Build up instead of tearing down. Dumb keyboard comment warriors. That's what I'm saying. I see where places to go. Go to Baton Rouge or Jackson. Yeah, those are pretty rough. They have zero opportunity. Thought about joining the Urban Compassion Project in Oakland. That would be cool. What's up, Mark? You're the people's YouTuber. Thank you, man. I wish you would have saw the intro. The intro was a lot of fun. Do miss hopping on the Bart going to a game. Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I kind of want to take Bart to a Roots game just for old time's sake. The thing is, like, I don't understand these types of comments. Like these, because this is a dude from Vegas, right? And obviously this is not all Vegas fans or anything like that. I said in my video that I have nothing against Vegas fans. Like, I think baseball in Vegas could be really cool. I'm not against the idea at all. And I love new ballparks, so I kind of want to see the ballpark. But these Vegas fans who, for some reason, get so insecure and so fragile about fans being upset with the way everything went down, and they can't help but take it personal. To me, it's an insecurity. It's like, bro, nobody said anything bad about Vegas fans. You guys just take it personal. And then to like take shots at just people, regular people just like you. They could be your neighbors. You're taking shots at them and like they're just hurting because they lost something that was really important to them, something they really loved. And you're like trying to make them feel bad or feel hurt. And they did nothing to you. That's just weird to me. And it's especially weird when it's just on YouTube in these anonymous accounts. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing is I say what I say and you get to see my pretty face, dude. You know what I mean? You get to see my moneymaker. Oh man, I look crazy right now. All right, not so cute today. Not so cute. We're going to keep the glasses on. But my name, my face, it's public. Everything I say, I stand behind. I have no burner account where I talk trash. I don't do that. Whatever I say, I stand behind because my intentions are good. I mean well. I want the best for people, for all people, even if we're different, even if we come from a different place, even if we see things different. Other than Dodgers fans, obviously I want the worst for Dodgers fans. I want all bad luck for Dodgers fans. Yes, but other than that, everyone else, I don't want Vegas fans to be hurt. You know what I mean? I didn't say anything bad about Vegas fans. I don't know. With Las Vegas, they live in the tunnels. Yeah, a lot of them live in the tunnels, but there's some, bro, you go east of the strip, oh my God. There's little motels that literally look like movie sets, dude. It looks like Fallout New Vegas. Got worse start this month in August. Jake, let's get through the storm, buddy. Let's get through the storm. You'll be okay. You know what I mean? Baton Rouge is one of the worst ghettos in the country. I've never been. I can't say, you know. Left my brother's ashes in the left field of the scoreboard at the Oakland Coliseum. That's wild, man. Left field of the scoreboard. Wow. Long live the Coliseum. I'll rewind to watch the beginning. All right. It's always been around. I feel like culture wars really got intense. Yeah, for sure. Marlena, what up? Yeah, the culture wars are a distraction, man. It's like I said in the video, the billionaires and the people hoarding the wealth, they're the problem, and they're distracting us with culture wars. They're distracting us with, oh, look at these people doing this, you know, and that's not the problem. The problem is the system is unfair. That is the problem. The system is unfair. And that's why people they're poor, they're stuck in poverty. They don't get a good education. They have no hope. They're in broken homes and the cycle continues and the crime keeps happening. If you want to stop crime, you give people decent lives. And what is the point of us paying taxes and living in a society if that society does not provide for us? That's the whole point of a government. Anyways, what else? As an A's fan, why would you do this to your team? First of all, I'm not an A's fan. I said that multiple times in the video. What a loser. Again, personal insults from an anonymous account. Curse them to never win. You weird AF, bro. Yes, I curse them to never win again. I hope they never win. Talk to my lawyers. Hey, talk to my lawyers, dude. I'm out of it. Again, like I said at the beginning of this, dude, it's a satirical curse, dude. I'm not actually a warlock. So you don't gotta worry. You know? Now, maybe I am, though. Maybe I am. Maybe the curse will be strong enough and they're never gonna win. I think it's possible. Maybe. my guy, it's a joke. You know what I mean? Hey, my guy, it's a joke. So what do I do? What do I do with these comments? You know what I mean? What do I do? People are crazy, man. Like, he's up in arms. Like I really like the curse was real, dude. He's up in arms like I was floating above I was floating above Tropicana Boulevard and the lightning was shooting down, right? And I'm 50 feet in the air and the lightning is just shooting down out of the sky into the empty lot. I'm not an A's fan, dude. Yes, I hope they never win. Now, if they're in the Bay Area, I would like to see them win. Because I only root for the Bay Area. And that's it. And do these people not realize that, like, our teams are our teams? It's not like a biological trait. You know, another guy said, other people were saying, like, did I see him on? We'll get back to that. Okay. I don't know. They did offer a ton of tickets for under $20 at the Coliseum. Still weren't able to fill seats. Still feel like it's the city of Oakland fault. The area around the Coliseum is super ghetto, and the city did nothing to help cleaning it up. The entire city of Oakland is falling apart due to rampant crime. Even In-N-Out pulled out of there with a laughing face. Again, just not understanding the actual situations, right? Denny's left the city, and so did Hilton and Hyatt. Like, you're just falling for propaganda, literal propaganda. It's bad in Oakland. It's sad because it's such a beautiful city with so much potential. But when you reward bad behavior and have no consequences for the crimes that are being committed, you create a city of lawlessness and businesses suffer. Again, straight up propaganda. If I were John Fisher, I'd probably make the move to Vegas as well. Again, Vegas has the same exact elements. Where I know the team's going to make money from the tourism sector. So there's no value in having your own home fans. Nobody wants to own a business that loses money, billionaire or not. And this is kind of my point, that last part. I think if you own a sports team, I think you have an obligation to the community that supported you. I do. I don't think you should just make business decisions based on nothing but business decisions. I think you have an obligation to that community, which is why I said there needs to be community ownership or even local governance having an investment or some sort of regulatory control, at least a little bit. I'm sorry. Sports teams do too much for a community for them to just be. It's not a store. It's not just a brick and mortar store where you go in and like, here's a doodad, $10, and you give them $10 and you get the doodad. No, it's a business based on love and emotion and passion. It is based on symbolic things. It is based on spiritual things. So yes, I think there's an obligation. And I don't think just because it's a business, you need to just make the whatever decision makes the most money. No, I don't think that's right. I'm sorry. And again, this is all propaganda. None of this is true. You know what really irritates me? Walgreens, I think it was, did this too. Like Walgreens shut down a store in San Francisco. And of course, what'd they say? Oh, there's too much crime and blah, blah, blah. No, you were just losing business because nobody was going to Walgreens. People are using Amazon and stuff. We don't need a Walgreens every 2 blocks. And they're literally just telling their shareholders that. Like, do you understand that a corporate press release, they don't have to like tell the truth? That they're saying whatever is in the best interest? What do you think they're going to put out a press release and be like, dude, we did terrible. We made a lot of bad decisions. No. Stop believing corporate propaganda, man. That's not what happened. And you don't understand that the Oakland A's, well, John Fisher and the people making decisions, they were driving that wedge on purpose. Okay? Gamer Athletics always talked about it. How so many perks went away. Now, the thing is, I'm privy to more than the average person. And other people are more privy than me, and they tell me things too. But talking to these people, it's like talking to a toddler. Like, I imagine these people are all drooling when I talk to them. And they just keep saying the same stupid things. And they like, well, the city of Oakland didn't do this. Like, if they're not going to play ball, that is not what happened. Now, there was times the city of Oakland made terrible decisions when it came to the stadium and whatnot. Absolutely true. But the A's dragged their feet on purpose. They moved the goalposts on purpose. They kept doing that for years. Like, what happens when you never re-sign your star players? When you continue to let them walk or trade them? When you never bring in big free agents? Fan favorites get shipped off. You do that for 20 years. Like, that is not what happened. And you saw it, like, when we did the reverse boycott, when the times that the A's made the playoffs, that place was packed and rocking. The fans exist. The fans didn't just disappear. But the fans got tired of it. I know so many people who used to be season ticket holders and stopped going to games. Whatever, you gotta make sure you wear your sunscreen. Now, I did wear sunscreen today, but maybe not enough. I was thinking I saw the twinkle in your eyes then after you remove your sunglasses. Went to Vegas once and was like, damn, Oakland is cleaner. So if the Blazers move, I would definitely curse them. See? I control them. Let me look. Merlin. That's right. Still feel a little abandoned. Still love my Raiders. Gave up on the A's in 2013. There you go. And look, I posted this on Instagram, I think. But Mark Davis. Oh, the Raiders are a big reason they screwed over the A's too with the whole, Coliseum deal. But Mark Davis has no meaningful accomplishments in his life besides being born into it. And he just built a spaceship compound on a mountain outside of Vegas. And it's like that guy gets to live like that. But the concession workers that work at Allegiant Stadium, they can barely afford to live. That's fair. That's business. Sorry, that's not fair, dude. And these billionaire bootlickers, you can line up on the wall with the billionaires. You know what I mean? Things should be considered to be a public good. That's what I'm saying. It provides relief. I think there's passion when things are bad. Sports teams do too much for a city to just be considered strictly business. I 100% believe that. I will not drop that. Dollar Tree, bring up Dave Cavill. Yeah, Dave Cavill was an idiot too. That's someone like Billy Bean if he has somewhat competent ownership. Yeah, I mean, I hate Moneyball. But look, this is just, you guys got to understand that, like, I went to Oakland today, right? And here's another example. The Ballers, it's their second season. And they revitalized that entire neighborhood. A small, tiny little Pioneer League team revitalized the whole neighborhood. You got Prescott Market. They had the Farmers Market today. I walked through there. It's beautiful families, all different races and nationalities, all coexisting. It's beautiful. And then you got these people who have never been to Oakland believing all this nonsense. As if you can't find the same thing in every city. Yes, you can find crime and dirty streets and all that in every single city. I've seen it in every city I've been to. Red states, blue states, whatever. And it's sad no matter what. It is not a political tool to use to try to vilify people. It's just stupid. And I'm just tired of people being so easy to manipulate. Like, this guy obviously just reads narratives and believes it because, you know, it makes him feel good to be like, oh yeah, it reinforces his preconceived notions. So he gets to feel good and pat himself on the back. Like, yeah, I knew that was true. It was really short. Life very depressing. Sports is one of the small things that makes life stop for a moment. I agree, man. I agree. Sports is too important to a community for one guy to be able to make a decision that hurts that entire community. And the problem is we're so brainwashed into believing that the profit motive is the most important thing. And I've said this on live streams before, but why is there no value in doing good things for people? You know? Why is there no value? Why is the only value a dollar amount and not I provided this amazing thing for people? That should be the value. He's radical. Dude, I'm radical now. I'm an activist. And the billionaires better hope I never get diagnosed with a terminal disease, dude. Because if I know the end is near, it's just, you know, it's just dumb, dude. It's just dumb. And look, there's so many people. There were so many people. This pissed me off too. So many people basically dismissing the things I said. Like, oh, he's a Giants fan. He's not. Again, being a Giants fan, being an A's fan, being whoever. And dude, I'm putting my hair in a little bun, dude. And what are you going to do about it? Talk to my lawyers if you don't like that I'm putting my little hair in a bun. In a little tiny bun. A little cute bun, dude. If you're not going to beat me up or stab me with a sword in my throat, if you're not going to do that, leave me alone. Okay? I'm putting it in a little bun because it's annoying, because it's flopping around. Okay? So, again, your team is not a biological trait. Okay? So, me being a Giants fan has nothing to do with anything. It's just another thing. Like I said, people will just watch things and just try to find something to hate on. Okay? I'm a Giants fan. I got my Raymondi Park pin today. Shout out Last Dive Bar. For the hat, too. Look. I said in the video, dude, like, fan bases should all be together on this. On all the things I'm saying. Fan bases should be in line. And the fact that so many of these Vegas fans are like gloating about it, and it's like, you're gloating because it worked out for you this time? But I wouldn't do that. If Vegas was losing a team that they loved, I would have their back too. I did videos defending San Diego Chargers fans and like saying the Chargers should be in San Diego. Like, I am for the people, and that's it. And bootlicking for these billionaire owners is so ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you were proving my point by saying, oh, but he's a Giants fan. So? I don't like their ownership either. Their ownership sucks too. All the owners suck. Every one. Every single. Any singular owner or small group or investment group, they all suck. Every one of them. Like I said, the one guy who might buy the Panthers owner and he might buy the Blazers, right? I'm sorry, but if you own a sports team and now you make enough money to buy a second sports team, you've made too much money. So unless everybody that works for you, the social media intern for the Florida Panthers, all the concession workers, the ushers, the security guards, the trainers, if they're not all living and being able to like buy a house on their own and living fruitful quality lives, then you've made too much money. And the idea where people were like, oh, don't count pockets, like you're just jealous or whatever. No, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going back on that. Just because you find a way to make money and it's legal does not mean it's ethical. Used to be a Chargers fan when they played in San Diego, and the Chargers moved. I had to get rid of my Chargers gear. Became a 49er fan. Oh wow. I totally feel it. Owner of the Hurricanes. Yeah, sorry. I thought he was a Panthers owner. But yeah, if you own a sports team and you've made enough money to buy another sports team, and all the people connected to your success don't at least own a home, then you've made too much money. That's it. You can never convince me otherwise. Now, if I owned a big company, it would be like a co-op. I wouldn't even want to own a big company. When I started Vertlife, my media company, I imagined that all of us involved would all have an equal part of it. Of course, it was all a failure, right? I've been a failure my whole life. When it comes to that, I'm somewhat successful in certain ways. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't think, I don't know how people sleep at night. I don't know how any of these owners can sleep at night knowing that they're making, they own something worth billions, first of all. So they have that asset. And then every year they make hundreds of $millions in profit, if not more. And they just go to sleep at night knowing that like sweet little usher that works at the stadium is living paycheck to paycheck. Could never be me, dude. I grew up on Tupac. Could never be me. When the Colts ran out of town in the middle of the night, Indianapolis police personally escorted the team from Baltimore. That's crazy, man. I want my scrappy bobblehead, but they haven't sent the owner's email yet. Yeah, not yet. College sports are becoming corporate ghouls, 100%. 100%. I read from a sports columnist that there should be a reverse salary cap for MLB owners. Yeah, I think it should be both. I think, dang, I had this fleshed out, but I was thinking like, it'd be cool if like, you know how we have the luxury tax type thing? If there's like a luxury tax type thing. So any team that spends over that cap, all that money goes to the bottom payroll teams, but they have to spend it or they lose it. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. One of the minority owners, his wife lives the head of the Oregon Health Authority, so there's some corruption going on. Yeah, sounds like it. Bill's owner buying $100 million. Yeah, exactly, dude. Thank you for reminding me, Diosa. I posted that meme, I think, in the Discord also and on Instagram. The Buffalo Bills owner got $800 something million from the city of Buffalo for the new stadium. And he just bought $100 million yacht. So he just took almost $1 billion from taxpayers and bought $100 million yacht with his savings. These people are evil, man. These people are evil. And the fact that John Fisher can just destroy an entire fan base just because he's like, it'll be better for me over here. That's crazy. That is crazy. And it's crazy to me that people defend it. Because you just happen to be on the good side of it. Because you just happen to be the one getting the team. I'm sorry, but if I lived in Vegas, or let's say whatever, I was getting a team. I wanted a team. Let's say I lived in a city with no team. And I just wanted a team super bad. Like if I lived in some city that didn't have a baseball team and they're like, the owner of the Cubs has been purposely tanking the team and he's going to move the team. I'd be like, what? The Cubs? No. The Cubs belong. No. Give us an expansion. What are you talking about? The Cubs. I don't want the Cubs. And I wouldn't be on their side. I wouldn't support it. So these Vegas fans, to me, it's just unethical. It's completely unethical to just like not care about people just like you who just happen to be on the wrong side of it. You just happen to be on the right side of it this time. What up, Dave? Tip $20 next week. You don't have to do that, man. Scrappy bobblehead unboxing soon. Yes, Diosa, are you getting bored of my ranting and raving? We need a floor in the ceiling major based on the revenue needs to be spent on actual players. Yeah, I agree. Reason I'm bringing up college sports to their West Coast colleges. Yeah. Vegas is losing 20% of tourism. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't understand the corporate bootlicking. I don't understand believing all the corporate propaganda. I don't understand hating on your fellow Americans just because they happen to be from a different city. Look, I've traveled a good amount, man. Everyone's the same. All the fan bases are the same. We literally just wear different colors, dude. Like, for the most part, we're nearly identical. Again, you know, some teams have certain cultural things and whatnot. But for the most part, we're all the same. We just have different logos. All the cities, man, they got the same problems. You see people with mental health issues, drug issues. You see that everywhere. It is not just Oakland. Why does nobody want to move the St. Louis Cardinals, even though St. Louis has a crazy high violent crime rate? Nobody's talking about moving the Memphis Grizzlies, even though Memphis has a super high crime rate. Nobody's talking about moving the Saints. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous that people believe this kind of nonsense. I love making fun of rich people. No, that's much of an upgrade. Las Vegas is in the tank. Yeah, and the thing is, man, I love Las Vegas. And I have no issue with Las Vegas fans getting a baseball team. I do have an issue with it being a team that has no business being there, all because one guy wants to make more money. That's what I have an issue with. And I have an issue with people just being so dumb that they just believe corporate propaganda. Bro, these baseball teams, these companies, they do not have to be honest with you. They do not have to be truthful. Do you not realize that? You know, kind of similar vein, but just to get people thinking if they haven't thought about this, right? Everybody overrates their own team, not just because they're fans, but because they indulge in that team's propaganda. All of us do. That is what a team is. If you follow a team, I follow the 49ers, right? I follow their Instagram. What is their Instagram? 49ers propaganda. They're not posting about the dropped passes, right? They're not posting about the fumbles. So that's why every fan overrates their team. Every fan thinks, oh, we're going to be really good this year. Because they spend the whole offseason reading all this propaganda about their team. So keep that in mind when you read other stuff. We're all susceptible to propaganda. We're all susceptible to start believing things because we keep hearing it. And if you guys didn't know, that is the basis of what started modern propaganda. The idea of, like, if you just keep repeating something, people will start to believe it. It doesn't have to be true. But, like, just these corporate bootlickers, these people defending billionaires, and the people talking about, you know, oh, it's the city of Oakland's fault, or it's this or that, or the city of Oakland's terrible, blah, blah. All these people saying the same old nonsense. City of Oakland's awesome. People saying the same nonsense. It's literally like talking to a toddler. Have you ever had a debate with a toddler where it's like, they'll show you something or whatever, and you're like, oh, it's purple. And they're like, no, it's pink. You're like, no, I think it's purple. No, it's pink. And you're just like, I'm an adult, though. You don't even know about magenta and lavender and violet. You don't even know about these other shades. And you're going to tell me what color that is? That's how talking to these people are. They just believe something so strongly because they keep hearing it. Even though people like me or people around this situation have literally seen emails and communications with the A's completely misrepresenting and lying about the situation and changing things around outside of the press releases, private communications, internal communications. We've seen them. We know about them. And these people who just read things and get their news from memes are going to tell people that are on the ground in the situation what's going on, what's really going on. It's talking to toddlers, dude. Dude, like, one of the craziest things for the Howard Terminal site, right? There was a deadline. I don't remember all the specifics, so someone could correct me. I know, like, Last Dive Bar folks and stuff, they know this whole story. There was a deadline for an environmental impact study or something like that. And the deadline kept approaching. And Oakland city officials or whoever kept asking the A's, like, hey, you going to do the study? You going to do the study? And the deadline was fast approaching. So finally, Oakland just did it for them. Oakland paid for it. Oakland did it for them. That's the way this has gone. John Fisher and them they purposely dragged their feet. They purposely did these things because they wanted to leave. And you got to remember, John Fisher, he was a Giants fan. He didn't care about Oakland. He didn't care about the A's. Just stop defending billionaires is my overall point. They're not the good guys. They're never the good guys. Support the people. I don't know. But it's like, I think of the Buffalo Bills owner buying $100 million yacht when the taxpayers help pay for his stadium. But it's like Buffalo kind of has to do it or they'll lose the team. Because there's going to be another city that will say, oh, we'll pay for it. The only reason the Green Bay Packers are still in Green Bay is because they're community owned, because there's no primary owner. That's the only reason. Otherwise, they would have moved 40 years ago. And that sucks, man. I mean, it's good that they're there, but I'm saying it just sucks that that's a reality. That these cities and these taxpayers, the choice is like either pay or lose your team. And that's what happened to San Diego. That's what happened to San Francisco with the 49ers. It's wrong. And the Orioles are doing the same stuff. The race season ticket prices. Ugh. Learned of aunt of mine. Her mother was sent to camp. Wow. So sure my aunt was adopted after the war and grew up in Seattle. Well, that's good. The loan that the stadium is taken out to build in Vegas is to be sold out for every game for 30 years. Yeah. That's the thing. They never end up paying anything back. It's always a scam. Billionaires didn't become billionaires being the nice guy. Exactly. You can't be an ethical billionaire. You can't. Portland is a similar problem as Buffalo. Yeah. Look, man. A sports team is part of the fabric of a community, They do so much for a community. They're part of the identity of a city. When you think of Pittsburgh, you think of black and yellow because of its sports teams. A sports team logo can literally become basically the default logo for a city. They mean too much to a community for one owner or one small group of people to make a business decision to rip that away. I'm right and you're wrong if you disagree, and that's it. Talk to my lawyers. That's it. Think of like the outreach programs, the charity that teams do for communities. Like they shouldn't be able to do that. That's my overall point. And Vegas fans, those of you all insecure because I cursed the site. First of all, grow up. Second of all, stop bootlicking. They're not your friends. John Fisher's not your friend because he happens to be doing something that you're excited about. You just happen to be on the right side of it right now. But all these billionaires will stab you in the back for a quick buck. They got money for wars, can't feed the poor. Absolutely. Like, they're not doing these things. John Fisher's not doing this because he's like, oh, the people of Vegas, they deserve it. No, he's not doing that. So I still think the Giants were in cahoots. Yeah, I could see that. Pittsburgh almost lost the Penguins and Pirates. Penguins ended up flourishing. Pirates having problems. Yeah, they have terrible ownership. Your curse video is hilarious to me. Thank you. It's supposed to be satirical. Obviously, it's gonna work, but but look, dude, I'm not. Usually I just ignore the like negative comments, but this one I just really felt passionate about my response, and that's why I wanted to respond, and that's why it's the most explosive Sunday night live stream of all time. Not sponsored by Pepsi, but it could be. It could be. I'm open to that, Pepsi. Business email in the description. Talk to my lawyers. Okay. Now let me think if there's any last thoughts, and we'll get to this unboxing. Again, I love Vegas too. I really do. I got a bunch of Vegas videos I'm still working on that'll come out. You know? But to just disregard the pain and what people are trying to do. People like me. And they don't understand. Like, this is what's annoying about, like, a lot of activism or, like, trying to do good things for people and, like, my political views is that people don't understand. They think they're my opponent and they don't realize I'm fighting for them too. If I'm fighting for a whatever, healthcare, I think everyone, it's absolutely mind-boggling that the United States, the most powerful nation the world has ever seen, the richest nation the world has ever seen, maybe not comparatively, some of those other nations, like when there was only 3 kingdoms, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know, but the richest country to ever exist, and we do not have guaranteed healthcare. That is, dude, in the future, hopefully, if the world still exists, they will look back on us like absolute barbarians. That is like the fact that we're just going about our day to day and that's the reality is insanity. What is the point of living in a society or paying taxes or having a government if that government doesn't take care of us? That's the entire point. That's the entire point. Everyone should be guaranteed food, shelter, healthcare, education. Those should be guarantees for the richest nation to ever exist. That is not a radical thought. Although I am radical now. But that is not a radical thought. That is a rational thought. So get out of the matrix. Anyways, when I'm fighting for free healthcare, it's also for the dum-dums that are fighting against it. Like, you don't even realize I'm trying to help your stupid ass too. And that's what it is with like these Vegas fans who got upset. Everything I'm saying, I'm fighting for you too. Because when you're on the other side of it and you're the one being screwed over, I'm going to be right there if I'm still making videos or when it, because it'll happen at some point, right? I will be right there on their side, fighting against the terrible owners and the people exploiting their love and their passion and their fandom. You dummies. I hate people that gloat when things just happen to go their way when it could very easily be the other way around. You know what I mean? It's so dumb and immature and like just surface level binary thinkers. And I'm tired of it. Where are my glasses, dude? Here they are, dude. I'm pissed and I'm not wearing my glasses. You guys didn't tell me. All right. You're good at curses. Was this not your first? It was my first, actually. Oh, no. No, I cursed someone and they died one time. But that's neither here nor there. I think it was a coincidence. I saw the movie Weapons right before I watched your Vegas video based on your rituals. You're spot on? Dude, I gotta watch that. I haven't watched it yet. I might watch Sinners tonight. I still haven't watched Sinners. Now, I'm pissed because I was gonna go see Sinners at the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland and see the IMAX there, and I didn't get a chance to, and I'm really pissed. But I'm gonna watch it tonight, finally. Hope the Athletics don't move out of Vegas in the future. If it happens, they need to get rid of billionaire owner. Yeah, I mean, if they get to Vegas, I think they're staying in Vegas. I still don't know if they're going to get to Vegas. 40 people voters in America is so stupid because they don't read. That's true. So we're surrounded by selfish and compassionate people that need to be shamed. It's not the government. It's the people. People are selfish. Yeah, to me, when people complain about the government, they're like, it's the government's fault. We are the government. We are the government. If it's not working right, it's our fault. Because we weren't involved enough. The government is not a monolith. It is not a shady room of a bunch of evil people sitting around trying to find ways to screw us. The government is like 2 million people working various jobs at different levels. Though out of those 2 million people, there's every type of person you can think of. Some are good, some are evil, some are corrupt, some are criminals, some are blessed angels. So if you don't like the government, if you criticize the government, that's your fault. It's my fault too. We're all in this together. But to just be like even with this situation, like, oh, it's Oakland's fault, it's the government's fault. What are you talking about, dude? You know how many people work for the Oakland government? And that's your fault. You should have been more involved then. Be more involved. Oh no, did this die? Oh, okay. My screen died for a second. I thought the live stream died. How evil do you have to be? How rich do you have to be? Yeah, it's like, dude, I hate the fact that, you know, one of the most successful things that rich people have done, and this is my overall kind of sense and theory of where we're at as a society. And I'm not gonna stay on this for long. I apologize if this is crazy and boring. So we've had a few waves of outlandish wealth hoarding and income inequality. We had the robber barons and stuff like that in the West. We had the mining boom. We had all these things where like people amassed huge amounts of wealth, and they also exploited their labor to get it. They're workers. And you know, Teddy Roosevelt, he shut down a lot of that, which was great. So there was like some waves of it, right? And there was a big wave again with the Great Depression and all that. There was a lot of bad things happened financially. Very complex, and I'm not an expert on it, so I'm not going to go into details. But a lot of bad stuff happened. So FDR introduced the New Deal. Now, the New Deal was one of the greatest things to ever happen to this country and greatest thing to happen to the middle class. It secured a middle class. It gave a lot of people extra footing. It gave them security where at the end of their life, they knew that they would have something to take care of themselves. There's a lot of great things in the New Deal. And I think the New Deal pissed off the rich people so much that they started this campaign that we're still feeling the effects of. It's still, it's working. But they started this in the 1950s. They started by aligning themselves with the religious right, like the hardcore extremist religious right. They put "In God We Trust" on the money and stuff like that to try to ingrain that. A lot of things like that, right? I'm not going to get into it too deep. And they've been trying to dismantle the New Deal and basically game the system ever since. And we need another New Deal, you know? But we should be taking care of our citizens. And it's our fault if we aren't. You know, it's kind of like, you know what, like, I always think of is like when people complain about the Kardashians and they're like, oh, I hate the Kardashians. Why are they always on? Blah, blah. It's like, because they posted it and you're commenting on it, complaining. You are the problem. If you don't want to see the Kardashians, don't click on it. Don't comment. Don't scroll and pause on it, or the algorithm will know you're looking. Like, ignore it. Like, there's so many stupid things on the internet that are prevalent because it's rage bait. And it's like, just ignore it. How can you take food away from children? Yeah. Oh, what I was going to say about this, ever since they were pissed about the New Deal, one of the big ideas that they really pushed was the rugged individualism and lack of community collaboration. Whereas other countries, they're much better at it. The community is important. That's why they won't litter, because they'll be like, well, this is my community. I'm not going to do that. The community matters. Whereas in the United States, nobody cares. They litter because they're like, whatever, who cares? Like, everyone's just taught to be greedy and selfish and only care about themselves. And that is ridiculous and stupid, I think. And that's why even I'm not an A's fan. But that's why I go so hard about this, because it's the right thing to do. And it could be my team next. It could be someone else's team next. And I'm tired of the rich people exploiting us in every aspect of life. So if learning about this through sports teams and what Oakland A's fans and other teams like that have to go through, if that is the gateway for people to understand how society is rigged against us, then so be it. If we have to start with baseball, we'll start with baseball, dude. But it's bigger than just baseball. So these Vegas corporate bootlickers, cut it out. Okay? Cut it out. And that's that. Primitive war? Oh, I never heard of that. I agree, Paul. Like, why people are so evil, and it's normalized to be evil because, well, I'm taking care of me. I watched Freaky Tales, Marlena. I did watch Freaky Tales. That was fun. Spurs players just got into a giant post-game fight with Dominican Republic players. I gotta see that. All right. Thank you for listening to my ranting. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay? I do this because I care about people. Okay? Now, it sucks because sometimes I feel like not a lot of other people feel this way. And I'm just like, if we just banded together, if we just cared about each other, even if we're different, you know, even if we have different backgrounds, if we come from different places. This is why I don't like vilifying immigrants. Like, not even just the facts of the matter that immigrants can strengthen a community. They bring so much. Ignoring all that, it's like, it's still the right thing to do. It's still the right thing to care about people. So yeah, I care, and that's the thing. And I'm not saying I'm the greatest person of all time or anything. I'm not trying to build myself up or pat myself on the back. I'm merely saying this because I hope other people feel the same, or even maybe someone would be like, I don't know. I want to say inspired by it. That sounds kind of arrogant, but you know what I mean. Like, I do feel sometimes like, man, why does nobody else feel this way? Why does nobody else feel like we're all in this together and like there's a small group of people screwing us all over? And why do we care about, you know, who cares about like trans people existing? Okay, let them live, dude. Who cares? Leave them alone. Who cares? You don't have to like them. You don't have to hang out with trans people. You don't have to interact with them whatsoever. Be bigoted all you want. You can hate them, but just leave them alone. Don't voice it. Keep it inside, or go home and scream at the wall how much you hate trans people. Do whatever you got to do. But why can't we just live and let live? Just leave people alone. You know, there's that obviously famous like saying or poem quote like, oh, first they came for these people and I didn't say anything because I wasn't that people. Then they came for these other people and I wasn't that type of person, so I didn't say anything. Blah, blah, blah. And then they came for me and there was nobody left to speak up for me. And that's how I see it, man. What up, Ruben? Care for the people, not the evil billionaires. 100%, man. 100%. A special ed teacher in the public school sector, you're absolutely right. All this goes way deep. 100%. Why can't we, the people, fight back? I don't know. You and Gabe need to throw your hats in the political sphere. Honestly, I'm not smart enough for it. And I know there's a lot of stupid, really dumb politicians, 100%. But I don't think it should be that way. I think it should be smart people. And here's the thing too, like I trust experts. I trust science. I trust they studied for years to be smarter than me at something. You know, I don't know much about cars. I know a little here and there, not much. So if I'm out in the desert with someone and the car breaks down and the person I'm with is a mechanic, hey dude, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you don't know. Like, that's one of the things I think that hurts society more than anything is our distrust and not believing experts and people not believing, you know, engineers and scientists and these people who do this for a living. Like, obviously there could be liars and corrupt people and sociopaths and all that. But if you just understand how science works, you understand what just a simple peer review is, you know? It's just, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, my point is, I think politicians should be smart. I think they should have some sort of schooling in political science and stuff like that. And I don't. So just because I think I do have an empathetic way of seeing things doesn't mean that I would be a good politician. And again, I don't vilify politicians. I don't think being a politician is a bad thing. Like, I think that's such a weird old school way to just be like, oh, politicians and lawyers. You know, everyone hates politicians and lawyers and the weatherman. Like, it's just such a weird, arrogant way to think when you are not accomplished yourself. You know? But I mean, look, I'm radical now. I'm an activist and I want everyone to do good. So I'm going to be an activist and that's that, dude. Don't bother you and you don't bother them. Leave people alone. 100%, Dave. Action speaks louder than words. U.S. needs people to take action. I agree. Thank you, Josie. Man, sounding like a doomer. Are you right, guy? Did I miss something? Oh, things will get worse before it gets better. I missed that. Dylan got to run for president. No, I'm saying I can't. I'm not smart enough, man. The president, look, you can disagree with some of the things he did, but someone like Barack Obama was incredibly accomplished. He was an incredibly smart guy. It needs to be that. Can we go back to that? Like I would rather have someone, let's just say Barack Obama, because I can't think of a better example, but like someone highly qualified and educated that I could also disagree with. That's what I want. And then I can go to the polls and voice my opinions through the polls in the midterms and whatever. That's what I want. I don't want celebrities. I don't want people who are just good at talking. I don't want that. I want people that have actually done something with their life and been accomplished and have led people and all that. That's what I want. Now, I'm more radical than Barack Obama. So he wasn't radical enough for me, because I am radical now. I've kind of always been radical. Like I said, I grew up on Tupac, dude. And that's that. I'm sorry. I don't think children should go hungry. Oh my God, how crazy is that? What a crazy thought, dude. I don't think that like 80% of our taxes should go to bombing other people that we don't know, including children. That's crazy. I know that's crazy, dude. I know that's crazy. I know that's radical. What an extremist that I don't like children being bombed. That's crazy. Where do I get off? What's up, Jenny? I got the sunglasses because I'm pissed. He's angry. There can be shady business practices with the auto repair industry. Of course, but you take that when it happens, right? But when it comes down to it, if you're quizzing people, the mechanic is going to know more about the car than someone else. But the mechanics do not have peer reviews. They do not have the scientific method, and that's why they can get over. We as a society have a really bad habit of not teaching enough political science, instead focusing on Christopher Columbus discovered America. Yeah, I agree. Dylan should run for governor. Dude, I'm not smart enough. Dude, I'm not smart enough. I'm smart enough to do a curse at a construction site. That's the highest my intellect goes. History teacher used to say I'm laissez-faire because I don't care whenever someone forgot an assignment. Our only hope is that you become a billionaire tycoon, so you just give and build a theme park. Dude, that's what I want to do. Dude, if I became a billionaire, that'd be so sick. I mean, I wouldn't be a billionaire for long because like I wouldn't hoard the money. But yeah, dude, I would build a theme park. It would be cheap to get in. Everyone working there would be getting paid enough to like save up to buy a house in 10 years. Like, it would be awesome. And it would be community owned. It would be a co-op of some sort. I'm telling you, if I owned like a Disneyland, if you work there, let's say I'll give you like stocks or however, something like that, you know? Or if you work there, you get some sort of stocks after. Like if you work there for 5 years, you'll get like stocks. Because I would want people to care about the business. And like I said, to me, value is not purely dollar amount, profit amount. Value is what you can do for people. That is the whole point of my channel. The memories we make, right? The stories we learn from. That is the whole point. That is why I'm here. And look, I don't just say this. I am, for someone who's never made a ton of money in my life, I've never been well off. I make decent money, but I'm not like well off. I will go ahead and say I'm one of the most generous people I know. A lot less now because I don't have the play around money I used to have. But I'm the type, if you're with me, I'll pay for your food. I don't care. Like, not as much anymore because, you know, it's harder. It's harder and harder to live nowadays. But before, dude, if you're with me, I pay for everything. If you go on a trip with me, I'll pay for everything. Dude, when I have my 49ers season tickets, I was giving them away. If I can't now, because they keep raising the prices. But people, if you go to the game with me, I don't need money. You know, some of my friends will be like, well, let me at least buy the food or whatever, and we could do that. But like, I'm generous. I never ask for gas money if I give people rides. I don't care, man. I don't care about money. I don't. I only want money because I want to be able to do things with it. I do not want to hoard it. You know? I don't know. Whatever, dude. You know, whatever. I think Gavin Newsom has gone too much down the Trump style of politics. Well, I mean, he's just He's doing a bit. I like it. I want them to take the gloves off, to be honest. It's past the time of like playing nice. We have a fascist trying to be a dictator running our country right now, and it's no good. Wouldn't mind being part of a political campaign. Me too. I mean, I've campaigned. I used to donate all the time to campaigns, and I've actually gone to like campaign offices and done a little volunteer work. I've done that. So I stat that in order for to have the same buying power as my grandpa did in the 70s, we would have to make $66 an hour. Yep, sounds right. Generous cutie pie. I'm a cutie pie too. Speaking of, you reminded me, Ruben, I will be at the last 2 Modesto Nuts games. I think I told you guys this, but it's another example. The team is being bought by this company. Was it Diamond Holdings, something like that? They're the biggest owner of minor league teams across the country. These people are just hoarding things. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous to me that we have a whole network of minor league teams, oftentimes in smaller communities, and they're not community owned. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Conrad, what up? South Park grilling Trump every week is funny. Yeah, I haven't been watching it, but I heard about it. Just being petty about the Oregon-California rivalry. Yeah. Diamond Baseball Holdings. Yeah, all these rich people are evil, man. They're all evil. Okay, I'll get off the high horse. I'll take the glasses off. We had a nice, almost 2-hour-long rant, and I think that's good enough. They own 70% of all minor league teams. That's crazy. That is ridiculous. All right, let's do some unboxing. We'll be more positive. Thank you guys for listening. For those of you that actually, stayed. All you Vegas fans, if any of you see this, no hard feelings, but grow up. Don't say things that you wouldn't say in person. Okay? I'm a pull-up guy. That's what you guys don't know. I'm a pull-up guy. I don't do the internet stuff. Yes, I'm on the internet a lot. I do social media, yes. But no. If I have an issue with someone, I call them. I try to go see them. Face to face, dude. That's what I am. I'm a pull-up guy. Whoever was at the Ballers game a couple months ago can attest to that. If you're on Twitter talking spicy about one of my friends and you're at a Ballers game, I'm going to go find where you're sitting and I'm going to talk to you. And then people are going to take pictures of it and post it in the Discord. I'm a pull-up guy, dude. I put my name in my face to everything I say, and I'm not scared of anybody. Okay? So just please, because I do not, in my videos, yes, I called people dum-dums in this, but I do not go out of my way to insult people. I don't cuss people out. I don't try to offend people. I don't say anything personal. Like, if we have a disagreement about sports, or if we have a disagreement about why should this team move to Vegas, so if we have a disagreement, I don't make it personal until they do, right? But if you're going to make it personal, then put a name to a face. I do not respect these Twitter accounts that are anonymous. I do not respect these YouTube accounts that are anonymous. Put a name and a face, and then I will respect your opinion. And then if we're at the game together, we should talk in person. And that's it. I'm a pull-up guy, dude. And I'm not like a big, intimidating guy. I'm just a regular dude. But I stand on business, dude. And if you have a problem with that, talk to my lawyer. He's opening the Pepsi Zero Sugar. He's doing it. Lantern's fixed. You know it's real. Lantern is fixed, so you know it's real. Look, I'm telling you, dude. If any of you run your mouth to me online, and then we are at like a game or an event in the same place, and I know that, I'm going to talk to you. So just understand that. And I'm not saying that to be tough. I'm just saying that, like, we all got to be more mature and, like, stop being irrational. Stop talking out of the side of your neck. Just be a grown-up. Like I said, I know my intentions. My intentions are good. I'm not out to hurt anyone. I'm not out. I don't know. You get it. But I'm just saying, any of you people that left comments calling me a loser or whatever, put a name to a face. Let me know where you're at. I'll meet up with you before a game. So that the one guy, Darrell, whoever you are, the last comment I said, I was like, you know what, dude? I'm done with this. DM me on Instagram or something, and I'll get your number and we'll talk. And I was like, where are you? Where are you from? And we will talk in person. That's how I am. Okay? And I'll show you videos from 15 years ago of me going places to talk to people. I used to film all kinds of stuff, you know. Like, and of course I didn't get a DM, right? Of course I didn't get a DM. He didn't tell me, you know, he didn't give me his number. He didn't, you know, of course not. Of course not. But I'm not going back and forth. Just DM me your number. I'll video chat. I don't care. I mean, I'd rather just see someone in person. And I'm not saying to fight. Like, let's see you in person, let's fight. I'm just saying it's different, man. People are not that aggressive and that disrespectful in person. You know what I mean? Like, why would you call me a name? I wouldn't call you a name. And if we were in person, you wouldn't call me a name. Most likely, right? And I'm not saying because I'm tough and intimidating. I'm just saying people are not like that. But for some reason on the internet, people get all tough and weird. Like, stop. I'm a goofball, dude. I'm a YouTuber goofball now. I'm a sweetie pie. So be sweet to me. And that's that. You're going to have to check your blood pressure after this rant. This is fun. This is fun every once in a while. I just got to let loose. Fans should own the teams. I agree, Conrad. Been to 2 49er home games at Levi Stadium. Nice. Tuned in late. Gonna watch the replay tomorrow. All right, Ruben. The intro was fun. The beauty of the rally possum shine. Don't forget about the Roots game last season either with the pull-up. Oh, yeah. That was a little different, but... yeah, I've told you guys all saw the story of the Roots game and what happened at the Roots game. But look, I don't care if it's a whole section, dude. I'm standing right here and I'm saying my piece. I will fight a whole section. You can stomp me out and kill me. But I have never gone back on my word. You know why? Like I said, my intentions are good. My soul is pure, dude. I'm a sweetie pie, and I know that. So I will stand on business. Like, if you guys... all right, look, if we're going there, we're going there. I've had guns pulled on me, and I don't flinch. That's dead serious. I don't care. You can shoot me in the head. I'm not going out. So some was some street stuff, right? Like, I'm not going to talk about that. That was some stupid youth stuff, right? Again, I'm not just this guy. I'm not just a goofy YouTuber. I wasn't just a goofy YouTuber. We got mixed up in some stuff as a kid. You know, we got mixed up in stuff. I'll tell you the one that is safe for work, I guess, if that's the right term, that I can talk about. That's not involved with other stuff. I worked retail at the store and we got robbed. Dude pulled a gun on us. I was with 2 of my friends too. They could vouch for me. Shout out Adam and Sam. They were with me when this happened. We're all still really good friends. I was a groomsman in Adam's wedding. And we all got mixed up when we got robbed and this guy pulled out this big gun. Now, this guy, he shot someone at another robbery because he went on a robbing spree down the peninsula all the way through San Jose. He pulled a gun. I knew he was trying to rob. I knew he was up to something. So I was like mad because I was like, man, I knew you were doing something. You did not trick me. I just want you to know you didn't trick me. I knew you were up to something. And I was mugging him the whole time. I was like this the whole time, staring at him. I don't go out, okay? There's a piece of my brain missing. Just gonna pull up. What's the next game you're going to? 2 Modesto Nuts games. NW just released a new Sunday flavored root beer soda. There we go. There we go. Tone and social atmosphere gets lost through the online text. For sure. Would hate for you to encounter those new gen streamers. Oh my god, dude. I would hate to see them. Veil of anonymity gives people a reason to say all kinds of yeah. Mark, that's what I'm saying. Talk to my lawyers, dude. Going to the Giants baseball game at Oracle Park on Wednesday. Dude, Crazy Crab sandwich, dude. It's like $25 now. Crazy. Going out is never worth it anymore. You think so? Me and my friends, we laugh about that story. Like we throughout the years we'd laugh about that story. This happened in like 2009. We laugh about that story. And they always laugh about how I was just not with it. Oh, here's the funny part of the story that we laugh about. My buddy Sam tells this story so funny, but he was emptying out the safe, right? And I was the manager at the time, so I had to open the safe. That's why I had to do it, and my other 2 friends were just stuck in the little manager's booth with me. So I'm just grabbing the stuff and like giving it to him, and I'm just like fuming, right? And I'm just staring at him. And he said something like no pennies or dimes or whatever. Like he didn't want to waste time with the pennies and dimes. And we had a tray. We had these like plastic trays. If you've ever worked retail, you've probably seen them. I think it was like orange. The orange tray was pennies, something like that. So I grabbed the pennies because I'm not thinking. I'm just going through the motions trying to get through this, you know? Because obviously I'm scared. I'm a human being. Like deep down, I'm scared. I just never let the fear show. And so I grabbed the pennies, just not even thinking, because I'm just grabbing everything. And like he has a backpack and I'm dumping it in the backpack. And I grab the pennies and go like this. And he tries to smack it out of my hand. Like he's being aggressive because I'm being aggressive. You know what I mean? He tries to smack it out of my hand. And I didn't let go. I didn't drop the tray. And I just looked at him like. And then my buddy Sam was just always laugh like, I didn't drop the pennies though. Like he really tried to punk me, and I just held on. And I put the tray back. Yeah. So yeah, dude, I stand on what I believe in. So I just don't understand people that talk trash on the internet. Like why, man? Like first of all, just talking trash in general, man. Like I like to be good to people. I like to, you know, I don't want to be mean to people. I don't want to make people feel bad. I don't want to like, dude, there's a couple times in my life where I like bullied kids. Like when we were kids, I was a kid, obviously. But as a kid, there was times I bullied another kid. And it still kills me to think about that I could be that person. It kills me to think about. It literally makes my skin crawl. Like, how could you make that other kid feel bad? So I just don't get people that, because we're talking about baseball teams, and I'm trying to like say people shouldn't be exploited by billionaires. So I'm a loser. Like, shut up, you know? Anyway, I'm sorry. I said I was going to get off this. Let's, you know what I mean? Got so much respect for you. You're such a good person. Dude, I mean, look, I'm just a dude, right? I'm just a dude. and I've been a bad person in my life. But I'll say the one thing about me is I try to get better. I try to learn from it. I try to do better, and my intentions are good. Even the times I did bad things, I had some sort of justification of why I did it. Even if that justification was ridiculous, wrong, terrible, I still felt like, oh, there's a justification. But I learned from that. So I'm just a dude, you know? Pepsi, zero sugar, wild cherry and cream. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description if any of the fine folks at Pepsi are in the chat. If you want help expanding to the West Coast, I'm your guy. All right, let's do a little show and tell. Sorry, I know this was a crazy rant. Like I said, the most explosive live stream. Today was a card day, sponsored by Last Dive Bar. These are, they used to do the Mother's Cookies cards, and this is like a throwback for the Oakland Ballers. Last Dive Bar kind of recreated the vibe of the Mother's Cookies cards. Caleb Franzen, Daniel Harris IV. He had a clutch hit today. Dang, I should have got this one signed because they're signing him after. James Collier and Noah Milliken. So that's my lineup. Collier pitched today too. He pitched well, I think, if I remember correctly. Hope he did. But Daniel Harris had a clutch hit. I should have got that signed. But, they did the Last Dive Bar. It looks like the Mother's Cookie logo. If you can see. Has their stats. And this is a free giveaway sponsored by Last Dive Bar. So super cool. This is the kind of community thing that is great. And that's why Oakland fan base was, mistreated. And then they gave away this shirt. Now Gabriel talked about, me and him talked to some people, part of the Ballers, part of the Ballers teams, not the baseball team, but the production and all that. And I agreed with Gabe that they need to do a better job of talking about the giveaways, because sometimes they don't promote the giveaways good enough, and they oughta, So hopefully that changes in the future, because there's been multiple giveaways that we didn't even know about, And shout out Casey Pratt. I will post more about this, but I got to ride in the bike and go deliver some hot dogs today. So that was fun. Oops. But the other giveaway shirt was Strikeout Cancer Day. So he got the pink Ballers shirt, Strikeout Cancer, American Cancer Society. So yeah, probably just be a pajama shirt for me, but I got a nice and big one. Oh, by the way, dude, he's under 200 pounds, folks, for the first time in years. Okay? He's been doing good. He did get pizza today. But otherwise, he's been doing good. When I went to Disneyland last month, I didn't have a single churro. What? Didn't have a single churro at Disneyland. I was there for 5 days. That's unheard of. That means your boy's serious. So I'm under 200 pounds for the first time in a long time. My goal is probably like 185. But I got to start, lifting more a little bit. I wasn't going to lift. I was going to keep it slim. But I feel like I'm getting too slim. I don't want to be too slim, right? Because one of these YouTube commenters might try to sucker punch me at a game or something. I got to be prepared. Prices are so insane. They are. We do a concert last year. Single drink was $40. Oh my God. Crazy thing is the Dollar Tree was a customer arguing with this very anti-Semitic person. Whoa. Watching Nick Fuentes. Oh yeah, that's bad. Got so much respect for you. Oh, I already read that. If I were the manager, I'd ask the anti-Semite to leave the store. For sure. Dude, when I was a manager, I used to... Oh my God. Retail manager, I used to put customers in their place. I cannot believe I didn't get fired. My people that I worked with, like if something crazy would happen and I wasn't there, like it was my day off, they're like, oh, all we were thinking about, we wish you were there. Cause I used to go up to customers, be like, I'm the manager. What's the problem? I literally would argue with customers. I never believed customers always right. Some of those people were nuts. I don't know how I never got fired. I was young. I got that job when I was 21. So, I was wild back then. Under 200 pounds, looking good. Keep it up. Thank you, man. Thank you. I was at my heaviest a few months ago. I was 225 a few months ago. That was the heaviest I've ever been, 225. My previous heaviest was 215, but I always keep hovering around like 205, 208. And so now I'm finally like, nah, man, let's slim down, dude. I'm getting older. I want to start stretching more. I want to be limber, right? Because I know the thing is, for all you young bucks out there, when you get older, you really do like stiffen up, and not in the right places, right? You stiffen up in the wrong places. So you got to like stretch. You got to stay active or you start stiffening up. So I want to start stretching. I don't want to do like yoga. That's too much. That's too involved. I don't want to do all that. I just want to do a stretching routine and stay limber so I can still, go film some of these videos. All right. And of course, the most important thing, we got the Scrappy bobblehead made by Last Dive Bar and 33 Customs. Shout out NorCal Nodders. Dang, I forgot who designed the packaging. I would shout them out. I know Last Dive Bar shouted them out on Instagram. But it tells the story of the rally possum. Used to live in the Oakland Coliseum. So this one is not the owner's one. It's going to be the same one, but as owners, we're supposed to get one later on down the road. Oh, Jenny, I did go today. Sorry, I missed that. Worst customer, SS logo. Oh my goodness. Last diver. Nice. Strike out cancer. That's right. Having worked in retail my adult life, I encountered some very nasty customers. Yeah, dude, it sucks. Start going on walks. Good. Yeah, very good. Very good advice. I need to walk more. I walk at work sometimes, but not enough. But yeah, I'm gonna start walking more. Do some yoga and stretching. That's all I was gonna do, but I might start lifting again. I just didn't want to. Maybe I'm just getting lazy. But anyways, let's open this bobblehead. I have not opened it yet. Now, I know a lot of bobbleheads. I don't know. If you guys didn't know the story, we were supposed to get these a while back, but your boy's tariff situation caused him to get stuck in the port. So I don't know if it's because of that, but some of the bobbleheads were broken. So I'm hoping that mine is in decent condition. You guys remember who was here when I broke the Willie Mays bobblehead live? I glued it though. This is the one I broke. I broke his arm off, but I glued it. But when I unboxed this on the live stream, it broke. Now, one thing that didn't break, shout out Cal Raleigh. He just set the record for most home runs by a catcher. But the real bobble cheeks here will never break. I could throw this against a brick wall, it won't break. Anyway. There he is. Oh, I think I got a good one, folks. I think I got a good one. Now, I know the bat is fragile, so you got to be careful with the bat. Oh. Sorry, I'll try to keep it on camera, so if I do break it, you guys at least get the entertainment. His neck brace, took that off. Oh yeah, the bat is right up against his head, so okay, there we go. Oh yeah, my bat's good. Everything's good. The tail's good. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, this is so cool. I got a good one. I got a real good one. There it is. Scrappy, the rally possum. Look at his tail. I love the gold paint. Oh, he's got a gold bat too. That's cool. Dude, even the bat knob, everything's good, man. Everything's good. Pretty stiff bobble. Oh, it's actually because of the bat. It's actually kind of hitting the bat a little bit. But he's on the stand. He's on the base. Look at the base. His last dive bar. Ballers. Dude, I've been really excited for this for a long time, so finally having it. It's pretty darn cool. What a cool mascot, you know? Like, does such a good job. I think he did unfollow me on Instagram and I'm hurt about it. But that's fine, dude. That's fine, you know. That's awesome. This is gonna go on the shelf. I don't know what's a good place. This is kind of a dead zone. There. Next to Willie Mays and the Holy Grail. There. This shelf is not, it's so cluttered. Like, I've been wanting to like actually design it and like make it look good, but it's been like 2 years and I still haven't done it. So, you know, whatever, dude. What do you guys think about it? Go on walks with your doggy. That's a good idea. Going for walks are the best way to get in troubles. Yeah. You got the bobblehead a week ago? Oh, you got the... Oh. After all this time, I can finally slumber. All right, Diosa. Are there a team store at the Ballers game? They have like a tent. All right, Diosa. Appreciate you, bro. Keep the bobblehead far from Frankie. That's great advice. Luckily, Frankie is in Texas, so I have fair warning when he's going to show up. Kind of surprised cards in the FJF hidden anywhere on him. That would be cool. I might add that. I might customize mine. Because I should be getting a second one for the owners. This one was the voucher giveaway. And actually, Gabe got it for me at a game the other day. So he didn't know I was going to the game today. I didn't really know I was going to the game today, but I showed up. He's like, I got your bobblehead, but it's at home. So after the game, I chased him down all the way to his house. And I got the bobblehead. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, the Timbers bobblehead. I saw that. Eat the rich, you know it. Yeah, man. I had such a good time at the Ballers game. Like, I appreciate those moments. And yeah, it was actually good. Like, you know what's weird? Sorry, I'm gonna get a little heavy right now, right? A little deep. For some reason, man, like, I've always been the type, like, I appreciate everywhere. Like, I could go on any trip anywhere and I'm all excited. Like, I just love traveling. I love going to games and new stadiums, arenas, and, you know, historic places, all the stuff I do, right? And I just have this, like, this overwhelming excitement and passion for it. But, like, this year, it's felt not as much. And that has, like, worried me. So, like, not this year, just the last few months. So, like, I spent the 2 months in Vegas in March and April. You guys remember, right? When I was in Vegas for 2 months. And I had a great time, and it was fun to be in a new city, you know, for a while too, to be able to kind of get acclimated and almost feel like I lived there a little bit. And then when I went back, it felt different. Like, it felt off. Like, I'm like, it looks small. Like, it feels so small. Like, it wasn't wowing me. And then where else did I go? I went somewhere else where I'm just like, I'm just not. Oh, Disneyland. Disneyland just felt like, why am I not excited? As excited. Now, I'm excited to see my niece have a great time, and she did. But you guys know I talked about my gripes with Disneyland. But, like, Disneyland just didn't feel the same. Vegas a couple weeks ago didn't feel the same. I haven't been watching sports. I've just been, like, out of it. But today it was like I felt excited to be there again. So I hope I hope it was like some temporary, I don't know, some temporary thing. So I was like, why do I feel so? Oh, in LA, when me and my niece, the day before we went to Disneyland, we spent the day in LA for her birthday, which is super cool. But LA just felt different. And I'm usually so excited to be in LA. I really like being in LA. I like LA a lot. Obviously, I hate the Dodgers and the Lakers, but I love being in LA. I love LA. And it just felt different. It just felt, I just was like, I'm just not feeling it. And that was weird and kind of scary because I never want to feel that. I've always maintained I want to remain excited and passionate, and I never want to be jaded or take anything for granted. And I've told this story a lot, but you know, sometimes you'll go to like a sporting event, like I'll go to a Giants game and I'll see people that are just season ticket holders. And sometimes some people will be like keeping score, right? And they just kind of act like, oh yeah, we're here all the time. This is what we do. We just come to games. I'm like, I never want to feel that way. I've been going to games my whole life, countless games. And still every time I walk into a ballpark or an arena or stadium, I'm wowed. I've been to Levi's Stadium so many times, and when I walk in, I'm still like, yeah, I'm here. Look at this. And I never want to lose that. And so part of me was scared, like I was losing that. But then today, Raimondi Park felt great. So hopefully it was some weird temporary thing. I don't know, you know? I don't know if that made sense. That might have been a crazy little random story, but I don't know. That's my fear for Universal Studios. I'm worried going and feeling underwhelmed. Yeah, for sure. Familiarity. Well, that's the thing, right, guy? Like, I get excited about places I've been a million times still. But for some reason, the last like 4 months, I just wasn't excited about anything. Like every place just felt like, ugh. Like LA, Disneyland, Vegas. Like anywhere I went just felt like, ugh, I'm just not feeling it. I just want to go home. So hopefully I'm getting out of that. But I don't know. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it's just depression. I don't know. But I don't want to feel that way. I want to be excited about things, you know. But I don't know. I get, you know, to be transparent with you guys. Like, I guess it's been bothering me lately. It never used to, but this overwhelming loneliness, but not for being alone necessarily. Like, I'm alone a lot, but I'm not always alone, right? I can see friends and whatever. But this loneliness of nobody being on the same wavelength as me. Like the extreme loneliness of not having a kindred spirit. And I don't mean like necessarily a relationship or like, you know, a wife. I mean, even like a friend, anything. Like, there's friends that I connect with in certain ways, but I guess I envy people that have a friend or friend group or whatever that they're like aligned, where it's like they have the same interests and they're all getting along and they're all doing the same things. I don't have that. And part of it's like, because I like a lot of random things, you know, like I'm really into sports and I'm really into Disneyland and theme park history. And I want to go to a museum about some weird place. Like I like all these weird different things that don't necessarily add up. And you know, there's people that times in my life where I've had people that were very close to being that, but never fully. You know, there's some people that just have like a best friend that they're just on the same wavelength. And yeah, I wish I had that, man. I wish there's got to be someone crazy out there that just like, and again, I'm not talking about like just a relationship or anything, just even a friendship, like someone that just wants to go to weird museums and then go explore some random historic site and then go to a Ballers game. and be down to just that's one thing that always sets it apart too, is just being down to do some wild stuff, as far as like, I'll sleep for 2 hours and then drive 6 hours to go see something. Like, you know, like someone like my brother we're very similar in a lot of ways. We like a lot of the same things, but he doesn't have that get up and go thing, you know? Like, he always wants to get to sleep early and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I just feel like time's running out. So I'm like, no, like, I want to keep going. Like, I want to make the most of it. Like, I mean, obviously I get tired, so not always, but like, if I'm going somewhere, I'm like spending money to do something, and it's like, I know the hard work it took for me to get here. So I just want to like go, like, I want to experience it. If I'm like, if I'm on a trip somewhere, I might, in the middle of the night, I might be like, I just want to go drive around and look. I've never been to the city before. Like, I just want to go find more stuff. Like, I want to go look at more views or like different buildings. Like, there's not a lot of people who have that get up and go mentality that I have, but then also like the same things I like, you know? So of course there's people that I'm close with that they're really into sports and we connect on that and whatever. But then like, if I'm talking about World's Fair history, they don't care, you know? And then like, like my uncle Steve, like, I love talking to him because we will talk about old historic sites. He'll tell me about Gettysburg. We'll talk about World's Fair history, Disneyland history, like theme park history, old, even local history. He'll be like, oh, there used to be a blah, blah, blah shop downtown and blah, blah, blah. Like, I could do that for hours. But he doesn't like sports. You know? It's like, if he likes sports, but he'll actually talk sports with me a little bit, but he's like very casual. He's surface level. He doesn't really watch sports. So like that, my uncle could be my kindred spirit if he likes sports, maybe, you know, like it's like, I don't know. It's weird. I just wish there was someone as crazy as me about exploring and learning, and, you know, like, I wish there was someone I could sit and when I read, I'll read like a random old article about some crazy story that happened, you know, some old like San Francisco history. I just wish there was someone I could share it with, you know? Like, I try in the Discord, like I made the attractions and blah, 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 but like the Discord's not super active, you know? So like a lot of times I'll find something super cool, post it, and then there's no response. So, and that's not to blame anyone or anything. I'm just, you know, it is what it is. And I'm not saying any of this to like, for sympathy or to like, I'm not doing it. It was just a thought I had that was just like, I felt like talking about. I'm not doing this for attention or sympathy or anything like that, you know? Anyways, things here drained our souls. Maybe. Jake, you might be right about that. Sports events should always feel special. I agree. Jenny, you're always excited. There we go. Maybe because you haven't had an epitome towards establishments, more precisely billionaires. I visited Vegas earlier this year too. Kind of felt FOMO, maybe because it wasn't as exciting as I remembered it. Maybe it's not just me then. But look, I was in Vegas for 2 months earlier this year, and I was driving around at night filming stuff like with my camera, and I was just like, oh man, I just love, like, you know, I always loved the spectacle of Vegas. Like, I always enjoy being there. And so I did the helicopter tours. I did, like, if you guys saw on Instagram, I posted a video. I did 2 helicopter tours. I was just really like having fun with the city, just being in the city. And I did a bunch of history stuff. I went to museums. I drove up to, you know, the outskirts. I did all this cool stuff. But then 2 weeks ago when I went, I was just like, this city just looks small. Like, even driving around, I wasn't wowed. And I just it felt weird. It didn't feel like me. You know what I mean? Experienced little things in life. Maybe you were burned out. Took a lot to save the money to do the trip and all. You might be right with Disneyland. I might have just been overwhelmed with like all the stress of getting there. And we, I think I talked about it. We had all this family stuff going on. It was just like, it was a lot. So that probably helped. But even just being at Disneyland, I was just like, it just felt different. I don't know. And it felt the same as Vegas felt, where it just felt like something was off. And LA felt the same. So I don't think it's each individual location. I think it was something wrong with me because I was the common denominator. You know what I mean? Like, driving around LA, I used to have so much fun just driving around LA, seeing the sights. I could just cruise, put on music, put the windows down, and just enjoy LA. But when I was there, I was just like, I just want to get out of here. I don't know. I think it's something. I think maybe I was burned out. Last season, I did want to go to Games for Rock because some people that ruined it for me. I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. Even little things can get monotonous. That's true, right, guy? Wanted to visit Los Angeles Zoo to see the animals. I heard they got good chili dogs. They got chili dogs at the zoo. Death down the road to depression fought authority, which is tied to anxiety and depression, for sure. One of my good friends who lives part-time in LA and Washington just sucks. Can't always come visit. Rely on him being in town. Yeah, true. Dude, I hear you again. Definitely feels like time's flying or running out. Yeah. You know, like, to be kind of a downer with you guys, this tattoo, this is for my sister that passed away when we were kids. And ever since she passed away, I have like time anxiety. And I'm pretty sure it's because of that. I used to have nightmares when I was a kid after she died, like about time running out. So I think I always have time anxiety too. Gabe, I've been talking about some real stuff, so stop hating. I can kind of relate. Can't always rely on others because people's energy is always going to be different, for sure. Some ways Vegas can be cold and unforgiving. True. I guess Vegas in terms of population is smaller than Portland. Definitely doesn't feel like it. Yeah. It's 10-13. Gabe, I was saying some real stuff, dude. Rolling down the street smoking on gin. I always thought San Diego had the better zoo. Typically people say that, but I've never been to the LA zoo to compare. But look, I just wanted to mention that. Like I said, not for sympathy or anything, but if you have a kindred spirit, if you have a best friend or a partner, significant other that wants to be around you and do the things you want to do and stuff, like, don't take it for granted, I guess, is my thing. Because, I had times when it's been close. Like, I was in a relationship for a long time when I was younger. And we were like best friends. We were very, very close. And what I appreciated about her was there were certain things I would nerd out about, Disneyland stuff or whatever. Random history stuff. I would nerd out about it. And she may not be interested, but she would let me rant and like tell the story. And she wouldn't make me feel stupid or act uninterested or anything like that. So I appreciated that. And I didn't necessarily do the same for her, which was wrong. It was wrong, and I had to mature and grow and learn that was stupid. And that was unfair, and that was mean of me. But yeah, man, I just, it's like I like being alone a lot, which is funny. I do enjoy it. But then sometimes I'm just like, man, it'd be cool to like share this with someone. And again, not necessarily a relationship, but a friend, family, whatever. I enjoyed the time with my cousin when he would come stay with me. We go film stuff. Like, we had a good time doing that. So I definitely miss that. I don't even know. I haven't talked to him. I texted him. He didn't respond. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yeah. I might go back to Southern California soon and film some more stuff too. Do enjoy being alone in weird ways. So yeah, my thing is always like, I enjoy being alone as long as it's a choice. Like, if I don't have the choice, like I have to be alone, that's when it can bother me. Not always, but it can. Scale of 1 to 10, how much have you put yourself out there to try to meet a lady? I shouldn't answer that. I shouldn't answer that. Look, I'm not always alone, but I'm also not necessarily trying. It's not my focus. It's not my thing. You know, like, obviously a relationship would be great. Being married would be great. All that would be great, but I'm not going to force it. I was in a relationship like 2 years ago for a while, but she did not want to be on social media. She didn't not want to be in the videos. She didn't even have social media. Like, yeah, it was, it was different. But I don't know. I'm just trying to live life, dude. I'm trying to find a way to, like, stop these billionaires, My purpose is bigger. Are you going to any Warriors games this season? I mean, I sure hope so. I definitely want to go to Warriors games. I want to see Steph Curry play as many times as I can. I am my best friend. Good, Jenny. Good. My circumstances alone can get annoying sometimes, for sure. I plan on visiting back to Southern California for the holidays. See, my friends are in San Diego. Awesome. Yeah, my brother's in San Diego. I do interact with my coworkers. Yeah, I think there's a lot of times in my life where I get really close to my coworkers. Like, I think, you know what? That's actually, you just made me think of something. Like, I think that might be part of it too, because this year I've worked in a different location than I was before. And at the location I'm at now, I have way less people I'm super cool with. Like, I'm cool with people, like, where it's all good, but, like, I don't have any of my buddies there, And when I worked at the other place, the last 4.5 years, I had a lot of friends there. And now I don't really have the friends there. So I don't get that I don't have the social outlet at work as much as I did, Is it your other brother who lives in Texas? No, my youngest brother, Jet, the boy himself, he lives near me. He lives like 5 miles from me. My middle brother, Cole, who I started this channel with, he lives in San Diego. And they're actually not related. They don't share any of the same parents. And my sister lives in Texas with her husband, and they have my nephew and my niece, Frankie and Brody. So they're in Texas. And my cousin lives in Carson City, Nevada. And my other cousin lives in New York. We're all over the place now. Try to be super professional at work. Not ask for numbers from coworkers. I don't do none of that. Yeah, I know some people are like that. It depends. I'm super cool with some of my coworkers. Last Giants game I went to was with a bunch of coworkers. Like I said, the robbery story, 2 of those coworkers became 2 of my good friends. I was a groomsman in one of their weddings. So, by blood or marriage. So we share different parents. So this sister, I'll give you my whole ancestry. This sister, we shared the same mom and dad. We were full siblings. She passed away. My dad ended up having 2 kids with my stepmom, who's still awesome. She's still in my life, and I love her. So my sister and my brother, who lives in San Diego, they're from my dad and my stepmom. And then my mom and my stepdad had the boy himself, Jet. So they're actually not, my brother and sister, Amanda and Cole, are not necessarily related to Jet. They're only related through me. But luckily, I'm happy that we all get along, and we're all somewhat connected in some ways, And that credit for that goes to my mom and my stepmom for being very good women. And yeah, I don't know. I'm fine. I'm fine. Just, you know, you just wanna share things, man. If any of this stuff that I'm talking about you enjoy, then you can consider joining the Discord. I try to post like cool things in the attractions and history room. We talk about collectibles and hats and bobbleheads and all that. So if you're interested in that, join the Discord. And maybe we can get it popping for real, you know? Family's family for sure. I've had divorced parents and there wasn't tension till later. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird situation, you know? My dad is my dad. And some of you were introduced to my dad on this live stream one time and it didn't go well. Look, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This is a long one, 2.5 hours. It's like I used to do. I used to do like I've done 3 hours before, dude. It's crazy. But talk to my lawyers. Okay? Everyone have a good week. I don't know what video is going to be next, but I have like 3 of them I'm editing right now. And I still have like so many others to edit. So many. I will be at the Modesto Nuts games, last 2 games. And I don't know what else yet. Buffalo Bills, of course. Come join the Discord. We'll leave the light on for you. That's right. Did not have a positive relationship with my stepmom. Sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, luckily I do. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Shout out Last Dive Bar and the Oakland Ballers. Thanks Casey Pratt for letting me ride on his e-bike. Maybe I'll put that video out. It'll just be a quick video. But yeah, man. I kind of hope the Giants win some ball games just to at least make it interesting. Let's go Valkyries. Oh, I do. If the Valkyries end up playing a playoff game at Oracle Arena or Oakland Arena, I'm going to try to go. I have to do that. So we'll see. But, you know, like I said, I haven't really been watching sports. I'm not really into sports right now. I don't know. I want another outlet. But thanks for listening to me rant and rave like a crazy person. Clap it up. Where's my Scrappy? All right. So me and Scrappy are here to say, dang, I did get red. Me and Scrappy are here to say good night. All right. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Gabe's video will be out tomorrow, I assume. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things the cool kids do. Something or Other Tours Now variety show. Vertlife. Have a good week. I hate all the billionaires. And I want everyone to live a life of dignity. Sue me, dude. Talk to my lawyers. You know what I mean? Talk to my lawyers if you got a problem with that. Have a good night, everyone.